Okay, so let's show you a little bit about some Java graphics that we can do. Okay, so when we're doing these graphics, we're going to kind of pretend we're one of those math grids. Remember from when you're in like 5th grade, you had quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4, and if you had a point that was say 3, 2, you'd go over 1, 2, 3, and up 2, and your point would be there, and your negatives would be down here, or your negative on the x would be this way. Okay, so it's really similar to that. The only difference is our quadrant is upside down. So up is down and down is up, but right's still right and left is still left, if that makes any sense at all. So let's show you what that means. So we're dealing with just this quadrant right here, but all the numbers are positive. So it actually looks like this. So we still have the x coordinate, the x-axis, but numbers get larger as you go this way, just like in a math grid. But then we have the y-axis, but the numbers get larger and they're all positive going down instead of getting negative, having negative numbers down there. If you have negative numbers, it's over here and not showing on the screen. Also, if you go beyond the width of your window, it will not show up on the screen either. So that's the coordinates for Java. So if we wanted to draw, say, a rectangle, you need to know the x and the y of the upper left corner of the rectangle, and then you need to know the width and the height. So if we look at this rectangle and you go over 100, 200, 200 is the x, 100 is the y, so this is 200, this is 100. The width is 2, 4, 6, 8, 100 pixels, and the height is 30 pixels? 20, 40, 60. The height's actually 60 pixels on this. I did my math wrong. We got to switch that, don't we? So the height is actually 60 pixels, 246. Gotcha. And so that would draw this particular rectangle. You say g.drawRect 200, 100, 160 to get those values, x, y, width, and height. Now you can change this slightly. You can say fill rect, and it will take a rectangle and fill it in. And so that's how you would draw a rectangle filled in. Alternately, use those same values. Once again, we got to change that number to 60 to match my image, and probably this number right here to 60 to match my image. Sorry about that. And in this situation, I'm saying fill ellipse. So it's taking still the highest point here and the leftist point here, and that's my coordinate for the x and y. And then the width and the height is the 160. You could also do a round rect. So a round rect also has extra numbers in here. So you still have the width, the height, the x, y, width, height, and then you have how much rounding on the x-axis and how much rounding on the y-axis. To change the color, you say g.setColor, color. Whatever color you want. The problem is there's a limited color palette. You have, like 10, 15 colors there. You do have to import the statement java.awt.color, by the way. So since there's a limited color palette, you could also use the setColor command and give it an RGB value. So the 150 here represents how much red there is, 200 represents how much green there is, 255 represents how much blue that is. You can usually see these values, like if you go into Paint or something, you can find these values, or some sort of RGB color program. You can pick a color. So if I had the highest number you can have is 255. So if I have 25500, the color would be red. And then any combination of colors will get you the color that you want. Okay, fill arc fills in like a Pac-Man shape, I guess is what I'm going to do. So I'm setting the color to blue, and then 150, 100, that's the upper left corner of the arc. And then this is the width and height still. This time we have two additional values saying the starting angle of the arc and the overall length of the arc. So if you remember back from math, we've got 0 over here, 90, 180, these are kind of like degrees. 45 would be about here, so that's where we want our little Pac-Man arc or pie shape, whatever you want to call it, to be. And so it would start here. In this particular situation, I wanted a Pac-Man shape, so I did 270. 270 is almost all the way around to get to there. So this fill arc command would fill in this sort of area. If you just said draw arc, it would just draw the outline of it. Okay, polygons are a little bit more crazy. It takes 3 lines of code to do a polygon. A polygon is any shape that's not, it has to have straight lines. Like this would be a polygon. A triangle is a polygon. Anything, a star could be a polygon. You just have to go around all of the points instead of, you can't just do a 5-pointed star like that. You have to go up here, 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 so on. All right, so take a look at this. I've got 120, 100 is this coordinate right here. I've calculated this coordinate, I've calculated this coordinate, I've calculated this coordinate, and I've put all of the x coordinates here into this array. I've put all of the y coordinates here into this array. So if you look, the x and y coordinate of the first point are the first values. They have to match. Then the x and y coordinates of the second points, the x and y coordinate of the third points, and the x and y coordinate of the fourth points. Then I use this fill polygon. It gives this right here. Shape x is the variable name for all of the x coordinates. Shape y is the variable name of all of the y coordinates, and then shape x dot length, this represents 4, that there's 4 points because this has 4 values in it. So that would then draw this polygon filled in. Okay, that is it for Java shapes. We will practice this in class on next time we meet, and we will see you there.